Choosing your successor risky and costly for Nigeria's democracy. APC National Working Committee member tells Buhari. A member of the National Working Committee (NWC) of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) has cautioned President Muhammadu Buhari on the need to be cautious of his legacies and avoid falling into the temptations of unilaterally picking his successor. National Vice Chairman Northwest in the Senator Abdullahi Adamu-led National Working Committee, Saliu Lukman, gave the charge in an open letter to the president on Wednesday in Abuja, noting that it would be democratically risky and very costly to allow the president to do so. Lukman urged President Buhari not to copy what he described as the anti-democratic credentials of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who foisted his successor, late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, on his People's Democratic Party (PDP) and went on to rig the general election to ensure his emergence as president. Lukman, in the piece titled Succession and the 2023 APC Presidential Candidate, Open Letter to President Muhammadu Buhari, was reacting to the outcome of Tuesday's meeting between President Buhari and the APC governors. During the consultative meeting with the progressive governors on Tuesday, the president had spoken of the internal policies of the APC, which allowed first-term governors who have served credibly well to stand for re-election, and second-term governors accorded the privilege of promoting successors that are capable of driving their visions. The president therefore solicited for reciprocity and support of governors and other stakeholders in picking his successor, who would fly the flag of our party for election in the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2023, noting that ordinarily this should not be a problem as both party members and leaders will always trust the President's judgment. The APC official, however, noted that the big worry is whether loyal party leaders and members should just reduce themselves to being ordinary observers when very sensitive issues with very high potential to diminish and damage Your Excellency's reverend status in the country is being considered. The former Director General of the Progressive Governors Forum, PGF, noted that it is important, therefore, to caution APC to keep faith with basic tenets of democracy as its major campaign message to Nigerians for the 2023 elections. This was eloquently highlighted in Your Excellency's message to our progressive governors when you stated that the key to electoral successes is the ability to hold consultations and for members to put the nation above other interests. The temptation for leaders to choose their successors is democratically risky and very costly. If in 2013 and 2014 Your Excellency could submit yourself to internal democratic processes, it is important that your successor also follow the same process. It may also be necessary to highlight that a major disadvantage with succession arrangements whereby governors chose their successors is that it negatively affects relationship between the successor and the predecessor, which undermines capacity to influence actions or inactions of successors by their predecessors. Your Excellency, since the period of negotiating the merger that produced our party APC, have been a proponent of ensuring that our party takes every step to preserve our leaders who could exercise moral authority. This means that leaders who are highly respected on account of their standing in society should not hold elective or appointive positions. Saliu Lukman, he was the former Director General of the Progressive Governors Forum and is currently is a member of the National Working Committee and also the National Vice Chairman Northwest in the Senator Abdullahi-led National Working Committee. He's just sent an open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari. If you recall, a couple of days ago, he sent a letter to Abdullahi Adamu, the national leader, based on the fact that, a lot of inconsistencies. They moved the screening indefinitely. They moved even the primaries itself. A lot of changes, and Salih was telling them that we're going back to same old. we're going back to the same issue if we don't take a stand, if we don't do the right thing. So he sent a word of caution to Abdullahi Adamu. Now he's turned around and he's sending this one to President Muhammadu Buhari. Yesterday, Buhari met with the All Progressive Congress, the APC governors, and he was talking about succession, the primaries, plans for the primaries, and how they are going to retain power come 2023. And also he made mention that he should be given the opportunity to choose his successor, that all these governors seated here, that all of them have had the opportunity of choosing their successor, and they've all been given the opportunity to continue the second term. Those that did well in their first tenure, they were allowed to continue again. As such, he should be allowed to pick his successor. Also, we know that there are talks on ground about consensus arrangement. But what Lukman is drawing out right now, that if President Muhammad Buhari is going to go this route, if he's going to take this route to choose his own successor, that this is going to be very risky and also costly for Nigeria's democracy. And he's telling the National Working Committee members, he's telling President Muhammadu Buhari, this one was directly to President Muhammadu Buhari, that this wasn't how President Muhammadu Buhari emerged. And that what happens at this point in time, that if he does that, it will definitely affect the democracy of the country, where the people should be given the rights. If we're practicing democracy, it's a government for the people, by the people. Everything is people-centric, not just one person, not President Muhammadu Buhari alone. That is going to be a problem to the democracy. And also, at the end of the day, it's going to look like because President Muhammadu Buhari chose his successor, it will be as though President Muhammadu Buhari is still in charge, is still in control. You know, they talk about third term, that Buhari has been planning third term through this means. Well, I don't know how this will play out. Lukman has written his message to President Muhammadu Buhari, and governors are still undecided. The APC governors are still undecided regarding consensus. No arrangement has been reached, but Lukman has made it very clear, very, very clear, that it will be it will be very undemocratic. It will be very risky, very costly, that it might even make them lose the election. It will cause a lot of problem. That if you recall, that this was what Olusegun Obasanjo did, that he foisted his successor on Nigerians in the person of late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. He did that to the People's Democratic Party, and from that way, that possibly that was how they lost future elections. Anyway, we'll see if Buhari will insist on choosing his successor. Let's see how this plays out. Leave us your take. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again, more updates. Bye.